Hello, I'm Sarah, and Dax is here, but it is pretty early compared to when I usually film these, so he's actually laying like right here asleep and not sitting like right here, but I promise he is here. As we look ahead to worship this Sunday, I want to give you a little preview of what we're going to hear in our readings. They all circle around the same central theme, God's mercy for the lost. In our gospel from Luke, the religious leaders are grumbling. They say, "This fellow welcomes sinners and eats with them." And they mean it as a complaint. But for us, that's the very heart of the good news. Because if Jesus only ate with the perfect, the polished, like the put together people, there would be like nobody at that table. I'm not sure who would get invited at all. But he doesn't. He welcomes sinners. He welcomes imperfection. He sits down with the lost. And that means there's room for you and me. That theme shows up again in all of the readings. In Exodus, Moses pleads with God to turn away from anger, and God listens. Psalm 51 gives us the cry of the human heart, saying, "Have mercy on me, O God, create in me a clean heart." In 1 Timothy, Paul looks back on his own failures, but then he says something important. The saying is sure and worthy of full acceptance, that Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. It's not just Paul's story, that's our story too. Think about the parables Jesus tells right after the grumbling. A shepherd leaving 99 sheep to search for the one that wandered off, and a woman sweeping the entire house to find a single lost coin. In both stories, the lost isn't forgotten. In fact, the lost is precious. The lost is worth searching for, and when it's found, there's joy and celebration. That's how God looks at us. Not as disposable or forgettable or beyond hope, but as beloved and worth the search. And that's where we should try to live everything out as a congregation. We don't need to pretend we've got it all together, and we know that we're in a constant need of grace. But Jesus meets us here, welcomes us here, and feeds us here. And then he sends us back out into the world to do that same thing for others and carry on that same welcome, that same mercy into the lives of everyone around us. So as we prepare for worship this coming Sunday, I invite you to come as you are. Bring your whole self, the faithful parts, the struggling parts, even those wandering lost parts, because God is still seeking, saving, and rejoicing over the lost. And that, my friends, is the best news. Thanks be to God. I look forward to seeing you in worship this Sunday.